Kelly, and this is Kelly Hill Yoga, and we are finally outside here on my farm in Southwest Virginia. Ever since I started this channel a few months ago, it has been my dream to be able to film outside different areas on the farm, just to show you how beautiful the Appalachian Mountains are and share my love for this beautiful, beautiful area with you all here on my channel. So thank you for being here, and we're here, spring, beautiful outside. So today I thought it would be wonderful, since spring is a time of renewal and recharging, so much life around us right now. The trees have buds on them and are about to bloom. Just a great time to have a practice for renewal, and we will do so through some gentle movement, some twists. So be mindful of our spine today. Don't push yourself too hard, and when you're ready, just come to a nice comfy seat just like this on your mat. Hopefully you all can maybe be outside doing this video. I wish you all could smell the fresh air right now. It's just absolutely wonderful. Come to a nice comfy seat on your mat. Maybe sit on a block or a bolster. Gently close the eyes. Start to bring awareness within. Just really take account and take note where you're at right now in this space, how you're feeling. Acknowledge it. I know after a long winter, I can feel lethargic, slow. And spring is just a wonderful time to re-energize yourself, reset. Start to elongate your inhale. Match that exhale by elongating it. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you're ready, we'll take a really deep inhale. Reach both arms up and overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms, pulling the shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms back overhead. Exhale, pull those elbows down, just waking up the shoulders. The arms moving with the breath right now at your own pace. So inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, pull those elbows towards the earth. Arms up and overhead. Exhale, down. Awesome. Last time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach over to the right. Apologies for the crunchy noise. The grass is still a little dry underneath my mat, so it will crunch a little bit. Beautiful. Back to center, both arms up and overhead again. Exhale, reach that right arm over to the left. Inhale, back to center, arms up and overhead. Exhale, left hand to right knee. Find our first twist of this practice. Inhale, find height. Exhale, maybe gently deepen the twist, not going too far. This is still early in our little sequence today. Beautiful. Gently and slowly come back to center. Inhale, arms up and overhead again. Exhale, left arm reaches towards the back, right hand reaches towards that left knee. Finding that twist. Inhale to find height. Exhale to find the twist. Beautiful. Gently come back to center. And now to kind of reset the spine, we'll just move forward in a natural, gentle motion, keeping our feet just how they are. Just walk the hands forward. Maybe coming down onto the forearms. Let the head hang heavy. Feel the stretch all along the back side of the neck, letting gravity do the work here. Awesome. Come back up. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Beautiful. And back down. Awesome. Now we will come to tabletop. And we'll roll through just a few rounds of cat and cow. It's very important to get the spine nice and warm since we are going to be doing some twists. So inhale, pull the belly towards the earth. Chin lifts up. Exhale, round through that spine, pulling the belly button, trying to lift it up to the sky. Chin tucks in. Inhale. Exhale, round through the spine again. Just roll through a few rounds, being nice and mindful, not overthinking this. Just finding any natural movement, anything that feels good to you today on this beautiful spring day or whenever you are practicing. Maybe shifting from side to side. Shift the hips back. Maybe shifting the hips around, just whatever little bits you feel like you need today. Awesome. When you're ready, let's come back to that neutral tabletop. So hands under shoulders, knees are under your hips. We are going to inhale, reach that right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. So right arm goes underneath the left. You may choose to keep your left hand just where it is, or if you want to extend that arm, or place it at the small of your back, reaching for your right thigh crease. Just wherever you can find some comfort in this posture, so you can hang out just for a little bit. Take a deep breath and inhale into that right shoulder. Exhale, release. Feel yourself melt into the ground. Awesome. Bring that left hand back to the mat if you had a modification going on. Inhale, right arm goes back up. Exhale, bring it back to meet the left. Reset everything if you shifted a little bit during that. Take it to the other side. Left arm reaches up. Exhale, thread that left arm underneath the right. Coming to rest on that right shoulder. Gentle twist in the spine here, and like I said, that right arm reaches out in front, or at the low back, or just leave it right where it is. Hanging out here for just a few rounds of breath. Awesome. Bring that right hand down. Back to the mat. Left arm reaches up, reopen. Bring everything back down to meet the mat. Let's tuck the toes, shift the hips up and back for our first downward dog of the day. You need to walk it out, which is bending one knee gently, kind of straightening through the other, in order to open up the back side of the legs, open up those hamstrings, calves. More than welcome to. Just find a little bit of movement before you find stillness. Awesome. Inhale, reach that right leg up. Try and keep the hips square as much as possible. Exhale, gently take that right knee to the nose. Step to the outside of your right hand. Setting up to be in this nice, strong runner's lunge. Let's heel toe that right foot towards the outside of the mat. Turn it to about 45 degrees. Slowly lower the back knee down to your mat, setting up to come into lizard. So if you're nice and comfy here, you're more than welcome to stay here. Just make sure you're pulling that chest forward. Or if you want to come down onto the forearms, you can. That's another modification that's offered. Or if you want to come onto the knife edge of this right foot, maybe gently open up that hip with the right hand, finding a little bit of a twist in the spine. More than welcome to do so. Just playing around with these different variations in the stretch, knowing that no way is better than the other. Just whatever feels good to you on this day. The sunshine feels so amazing right now. Remembering to breathe through, setting calm and intention in your pose with the breath. Awesome. Let's gently unravel. If we're down on the forearms, walk back up onto the hands, heel toe that right foot back in, and we are going to rise up into this low lunge. Beautiful. Bring the hands to the heart space. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, reach the left arm forward. The right arm is going to come to the back. Gentle twist. Staying strong here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Inhale, take both arms back up and overhead. And then bring the hands back down to the mat. We're going to tuck the back toes, re-lift that back knee or re-lift your left knee. Set the feet up before you rise up into this high lunge or crescent. Making sure you have that strong foundation before you rise up. If you need to adjust the feet, that's okay. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands to the heart space, making sure you're strong and stable here before you transition into this twist. Deep inhale. Exhale. Bring the left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Hanging out here for this beautiful twist, staying strong. Beautiful. Awesome. Inhale, both arms back up and overhead. Exhale, open up to warrior two. So adjust the feet. The left foot will be parallel to the back edge of your mat. If you need to widen your stance, do so before we sit down into the posture. Awesome. So there's a plane going overhead. My apologies. Strong in this warrior two. Reach those hands away from each other. Flip the right palm or the front palm up and overhead. Back to this peaceful warrior. Then transitioning back to warrior two. Straighten in the front leg. Reach that right hand forward. As soon as you feel like you can't shift any further with keeping the torso nice and straight, then transition that right hand down, triangle. Imagine there's a wall behind you and you're trying to get everything onto that wall. So left arm's really reaching up and overhead. Don't straighten in that front leg too much, causing pain in the knee joint. Maybe have a little micro bend. Pull the hips to the back of your space. And you'll feel that stretch in the hamstring a little bit more as you actively pull the hips back. Awesome. Exhale, bring everything back down. Back in this runner's lunge. Bring the left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Hanging out here in this awesome forward fold. Maybe grab both elbows, gently rock yourself back and forth. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins, crown of the head really pulled forward. Exhale, fold forward. Really bend the knees, and then let's gently, slowly roll up. Imagine you are visualize your vertebrae stacking on top of each other, one level at a time, like blocks. Lumbar to thoracic, cervical. Then your head should be the last thing to rise. Pull those shoulders down and away from the ears. Let's have our palms face forward. Really strong in this mountain pose. Awesome. Inhale, both hands up and overhead. Exhale, palms to your heart space. Another deep inhale. Exhale, sit the hips back, chair. If you want to walk the feet in, so the big toes together, you're more than welcome to. You can keep your feet at a nice wide stance as well to provide a bit more stability. And then we're going to gently twist to the right, trying to get the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Try and use your core strength to do so, more than using that leverage this time. We're using all this core strength for this twist. Awesome. Stay for the inhale. Exhale. Back to center. Another deep inhale here. Exhale. Right elbow to your left knee. Once again, try and make sure that this twist is from your core, not so much the leverage from that right elbow on the left knee. If that right knee starts to track forward, try and keep it level with the left as much as possible. Stay for the inhale. Exhale. Release and fold forward. Awesome. Beautiful timing for that breeze right now. Cooling me off as my heart rate is pumping. I hope yours is too. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Really ground through the feet. Root to rise, nice and strong. Arms up and overhead. Little baby back bend maybe. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, our one and only vinyasa for this practice. Bend the elbows, chaturanga to up dog. Shift the hips up and back in downward dog. Now repeating and taking that to the other side. Inhale, left leg goes up nice and square with the hips. Exhale, knee to nose with control. Step to the outside of that left hand. Now we're going to heel toe that left foot, turn it about 45 degrees. Gently lower that back knee. Leave the toes tucked or untucked, that's your choice. You're more than welcome to stay here, really pulling the chest forward, shoulders down and away to make the neck nice and long. Or come down onto the forearms, maybe sliding onto that knife edge of that left foot, gently opening up the hip, hanging out here, being strong and stable in this posture. If you're finding yourself short of breath or having a trouble breathing through a posture, maybe back off or take child's pose. It's totally okay to take a rest. Really opening up your chest. Gentle twist here. Slowly bring everything back together. Walk that left foot back between the hands. Inhale to rise into this low lunge, arms up and overhead. Exhale, find a twist. Your left arm will reach to the back of your space. Right arm forward. Strong here. Awesome. Inhale, both arms come up and overhead again. And then we come down. Lift the back knee. Set the feet up in order to rise up into this high lunge or crescent. Really think about pulling that right hip forward, driving your right heel towards the back of your space to elongate that leg. Hands to your heart space. Inhale, exhale, right elbow to the outside of that left knee for a twist. Awesome. Remembering your foundation with your legs, staying strong here. If you just want to hang out in crescent or that high lunge, you're more than welcome to. Remembering to breathe through this. Awesome. Back to center. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, open up to warrior two. So it's totally okay if you need to adjust the feet, maybe widen your stance. Set the legs, set your intention before you really become mindful in a posture. It's hard to become mindful when you're still fidgeting and finding strength in the pose. So you can really take advantage. Arms reach far apart. Flip that front palm, reach up and back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Straighten in that front leg, reach the left arm forward, come into triangle. So your right arm is reaching up, left hand can either rest on the mat, ankle, shin, just remembering to keep both sides of your body nice and long. Pull the hips to the back of your space. Take the gaze down to your mat to feel a little bit more grounded. Or if you want to take the gaze up to the right thumb, more than welcome to do so. Beautiful. Stay for the inhale. Exhale. Bring everything back down for this runner's lunge. Step the left foot back to meet the right, back in downward dog. Our last little bit of time in this pose, really think about pulling the hips up and back. One really great round of breath here. Inhale deeply. Exhale to release some of that energy that we've built up in this practice. Let's come back to that intention of renewal, re-energizing ourselves. Embrace that heart that might be beating a little bit faster. Embrace all these beautiful changes that are happening. Exhale, bring the knees down to your mat. Extend. Come to a seated position first. Extend the left leg out. And your right foot will come on the outside of your left thigh. Pull your chest forward and up in order to find a nice long spine. You can choose to stay here or use your hands to maybe gently twist towards the right. Or if you want to have a nice deep twist, left arm goes up. And we bring that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Just wherever you want to be in this pose. You play around with the depth. Just remembering this is towards the end of our practice. So being mindful of not stretching too deeply when we're nice and warm. Awesome. Slowly come back to center, really thinking about being gentle on that spine, switching it to the other side. So left foot to the outside of that right thigh, chest lift up nice and proud, tall up through the crown of the head. Stay here or gently guide yourself into a twist. Maybe even once again finding that elbow on the outside of the knee for a nice deep twist. Awesome. A few rounds of breath here. Trying to keep our chest proud. Don't let that chest sink down or our spine sink down. Really lifting. Awesome. Gently and slowly turn back to center. Extend both legs out, and we're going to do a nice little neutralizing posture I like to do at the end of a twist practice. So our legs are going to be nice and extended out in front of us. It's not necessarily super important if your knees are really straight. Gentle micro bend. For staff pose, we're going to kind of shift our booty around so our sit bones or our hip bones, the bony part of our booty, is really grounded. Hands on either side of the hips, shoulders pulled down and away, and push into the earth. If you have super long arms, your elbows might be bent a little. We're pushing into the earth and feel and find height in your spine. So we did all this compression and twisting with the spine. Now we're trying to elongate it or decompress in this posture. Pull the crown of your head up towards the sky. Chest is proud and forward. Beautiful. This may look like a super easy pose, but I find it just really taxing, which is awesome. It's just so strong and awesome. Great. Exhale to gently kind of come out of it and release. Let's come onto the back. Bring the knees into the chest. Maybe gently massage the low back. Grab the outside of the feet, heels up to heaven. Happy baby. As we wind down this practice. Feel how grounded that low back and spine is. Your mat. Gently applying pressure back. The earth supporting you. Feel supported by this practice. Your mat is such a beautiful ability to support you physically and figuratively. When you're ready, set up for Shavasana. We'll extend both legs out in front of you. Maybe gently tuck the shoulders. Soften your expression. Soften the gaze, your tongue within your mouth. And let's come back to feeling where we are, just like at the beginning of our practice, where you're at. All this beautiful change that's happened within you, down to the molecular level. Almost like this mini rebirth that happens during our yoga practice. You go in, one person, and at the end of it, you may feel a 180 change within yourself, and not always, and know that's okay. Gently guide your breath in and out. This is where I will leave you. You're more than welcome to stay here as long as possible. In fact, I highly, highly encourage it. Take the time to be with yourself. Show grace and gratitude for what your body just gave you within this space, within your practice. Thank you so much for practicing with me on this beautiful, beautiful day. This is the first of many outdoor videos. So please do not forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to Kelly Hill Yoga.